Hey, what's up YouTubers, Mr. Double back with another video, and today I am reviewing Battlefield 4, so let's get started. Now first things first in Battlefield games, and that is the graphics. Now I don't know how much I can compliment the graphics because the graphics are the best I have seen in my gaming life. Yeah, definitely. It is, oh god, these are like the best graphics you are going to see so far this year, current generation. I played the whole game on PC with ultra high settings, and the texturing was great. There were no pop-ins. The character animations were great. The optical flares, they don't, the flares are not too shiny. The lens, they're not too shiny. They're actually very good. They're nice little quality. When you get flashbang, the flash is terrible in a good way. You know, it's realistic. I cannot say any more good things about the graphics, and I think I should just skip this as a whole and just give it a 10 out of 10 for graphics because these are the best graphics I've ever seen. The shininess on the weapons, the way the weapons look, the way the facial animations look, too many compliments for the graphics. So just right off the bat, I'm going to give the graphics a 10 out of 10. The sound design in Battlefield 4 is also on par with the graphical quality. The sound, you could hear the bass of every single weapon. The weapons are a lot louder than the audio of all the characters. You can hear the thuds of the bullets hitting against the wall, some of the bullets veering off course and hitting the ground. RPGs going flying past your head, massive explosions, tanks rolling in. You could hear the chains going around the wheels of the tank. You could hear the engines of the Jeep. The sound design is very well done. I wouldn't say it's the best sound I've ever heard, but it's definitely, it's up there. That's pretty much all I can say for the sound. When judging sound, it's really different for everyone, but for me it was definitely, for a acoustic experience, it was definitely 8 out of 10. Now the story in Battlefield 4 is a lot better in my opinion than Battlefield 3. Battlefield 3 was way too cliche. It was just blazing guns everywhere, nothing very important. But in Battlefield 4 there is a lot of action, of course, and it's a little bit cliche. There's a little bit of cliche in there, Russia, China, that kind of stuff. It's pretty common in most war video games. But this one, it does it really well. You're given a task throughout basically the whole mission the whole campaign is to defend your ship. It's not really defend your ship, but it's to protect your ship, and your ship is the Valkyrie, which is a warship. Now it's Russia and China versus the US. It is a little bit cliche like that. But other than that, the thing that I really did like about this was the characters. So your squad, which is basically all the people you hang out with, and sometimes you meet other people, but your squad has a lot of characters. So the characters have character, which is actually very hard to do sometimes in video games, and a lot of video games have actually failed in doing this. But in this game, I really thought the characters were, good friends. They were, there were people that you would actually want to hang out with. So for the characters, characters and story, the story is a little bit cliche, but the characters make it a lot better. It's awesome. So for definitely the story, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10 because it is a little bit cliche, but the characters definitely bring it up there to a 7 out of 10. So let's go to our next category. Now Battlefield 4 multiplayer is where all the fun is at. As soon as you fire up Battlefield 4 multiplayer, you have the option to play a lot of game modes. I'm just gonna name some of them off. Like for example, Conquest, Domination, Obliteration, Defuse, Team Deathmatch, Rush, Squad Deathmatch. I mean, there are lots of game types you can play, and definitely there is no shortage of game types. The maps, there are multitudes of maps. There are a lot of maps in here, and the maps are massive, which is the best part of Battlefield. Now, also, one thing that they have added to the maps is Levolution. Now it's kind of gimmicky, but basically something big happens between the matches. For example, a building might fall over. You can't interact with the building falling over because it's scripted, and a ship might crash into an island, and that's also scripted. So you're always going to see this as soon as you start up the match. It's cool the first time, but after the first couple of times, it's not as cool as you would think it would be. But one thing that it does do, it does change up the map halfway through the game, which is kind of cool. But it doesn't, it doesn't make it, ooh, look at this. This is like the multiplayer experience. This is like the new thing. It's neat, but it's not, whoa, I should buy this game just for this Levolution stuff. But other than that, Battlefield 4 multiplayer is where the replay value of Battlefield 4 is. Everything you want to do is in this. You could drive a helicopter, drive a tank, a car, you could drive jeeps. There are no subs. They should really make subs, but other than that, boats, you name it, you can do whatever you want. Be a sniper, massive 64v64 matches on PC, and 64v64 matches on the PS4 and Xbox One. But other than that, you know, multiplayer, it's pretty simple to explain. Lots of multiplayer stuff you can do. The graphics are just as good as multiplayer, but I think the resolution has been toned down a little bit. I definitely thought campaign graphics were a lot better than multiplayer graphics, but that's expected because it's multiplayer. Other than that, there's no blue tint. All the maps are really well done, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So definitely for the multiplayer, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10 for the multiplayer, because the multiplayer is really fun to play. But other than that, let's go to our average scoring section of this review. So now as we calculate our average, we can see that the score that Battlefield 4 gets is 8.3 out of 10. Now, the graphics are great, the sound is awesome, the game skimps out on the campaign a little bit by being too cliche, but then multiplayer brings it right back up there, and to a total of 8.3 out of 10. If you're thinking about getting this game, I would highly recommend you definitely pick it up, because the multiplayer is going to blow you away. But other than that, this is definitely a buy, and at GameStop you can get this game for $30 on Black Friday, so if you're thinking about it, definitely pick that up. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you disagree with my score, go ahead and leave that in the comments below and explain why you disagree. I'll definitely read it, and you know, maybe I might change the score in the description below. But other than that, thank you for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, go ahead and leave a like and maybe even a subscribe. Yeah, goodbye.